We just won a 3v4. It was a clan too. It was a clan.
You guys made him rage quit.
Hello everybody, what is going on? It is Mr. C Gaming here. It is Tuesday. I just got done with one of my exams and I am ready to roll into a video. Now today I have something of a special treat for you guys. This is essentially not how to win, but how to have a much better chance at winning a 3 versus 4 Trials of the 9 match. This can happen quite frequently actually when one of your characters just kind of gets booted. Maybe they got DDoSed, maybe they just couldn't connect to the server, but you are probably going to be put into this situation where it is a 3v4 in Trials of the 9. And with this last week, that happened to me and my friend. My friend came over, we were handing off the controller to each other. This is actually his gameplay footage. Unfortunately, I do not have the footage from the very first match, so it's kind of catching into the, let's say, not necessarily the middle of the gameplay, but there's enough gameplay to go around. So we're going to be analyzing this footage, and I'm going to be giving you guys tips on exactly what they are doing right, and occasionally not what my teammates are doing wrong, but what my friend is or had done wrong in this footage. So without further ado, let's get into it.
I'm gonna keep trying, hopefully.
So guys, the very first tip here is to get angles on that heavy and hopefully beat them off it, if not take it for yourself. So get angles on that heavy. As you can see, all 3 of my teammates, or I guess all 2 of my teammates, are going to be getting angles on that heavy. Now, as you can see here, we're going to change view to another teammate. He is on that heavy. Just because I died, he has another angle on that heavy. Now, I have a friend going around, pushing into them, behind them a little bit, picked up a kill. That's going to prevent them from fully being able to push on that heavy. Now, as you can see here, this guy's trying to pick up the heavy, and my buddy just shot him off. So he cannot pick up the heavy while you're shooting. Nobody can. This is the same in quick play, competitive play, and in trials. You cannot pick up heavy while you're getting shot. Now, unfortunately, they did throw up a Titan shield, and they did get that heavy, and so we're going to fall back a little bit, but we are going to take out this Titan shield as fast as possible because that is a barrier that they can use to push that is significantly towards our realm. And just a quick note on heavy, if they do pick it up, it is likely to be a rocket launcher, so you're going to spread out. Okay, spread your team out. Do not group together for a rocket launcher. If it's not a rocket launcher, team shot it. It's probably going to be a fusion rifle. Snipers are not as popular, but it's probably going to be a fusion rifle. So team shot that. One of you may die, but you should not be getting more than 1 kill if you team shot. I see this guy on my radar. I'm going to cover him. My teammate's going to go get him. I'm going to cover him. And that is another tip, is you have to watch your teammates' backs and try to prevent flanks. Now, that is going to be a huge thing. You can't necessarily do that on all maps, especially if, like in this situation where they spawn you on the other side of the map. What am I going to try to do? I'm going to try to take on those 2 guys. I'm going to try to rush to my other teammates. You're kind of on your own at this point here, and hopefully you can get back, or they can push forward, or they're focused on you and your teammates can flake around. But again, you have to be making all of these call-outs so your teammates know that, hey, there's half of their team is focused on you, and you're giving them the runaround. See here? They just left. I just picked up this kill, or my buddy just picked up this kill, and unfortunately, we lost that round because they had life advantage, but that is, nonetheless, those are a few tips that you can use. Now, speaking of life advantages, you can use those to your advantage. If you have more lives than them, you should totally use that to your advantage. Start playing ultimately, I guess, significantly more conservative. Try not to put yourself out in the open. Try to find an angle, you and both of your teammates, to funnel them and get those team shots, because that is really going to help you. I mean, sometimes there are some guns in this game where even if you're alone, you can kill them before they even notice that they're taking damage. For example, the Conspirator Scout Rifle. Now I'm going to give your ears a rest. I'm just going to let you watch some gameplay footage here, and I'm going to let you listen in on what my teammates are saying. So let's just take a quick break from the informative things and enjoy.
They DDoSed me. They wanted to make you guys lose.
Man, I am totally pinched right now.
1 minute. No reserves left on your side.
Oh, Jesus. Should I just take us to orbit?
Yeah, I'm up, I'm coming here. Back up, shade step. Pick off left, rotate.
30 seconds.
Shit, they stopped pushing. There it is.
There is no mercy here.
They're on power. Nope, in this tunnel here.
10 seconds.
Go for power. I'm grabbing it. Oh no, no! Thought I had it.
The defining moment has arrived.
Oh, shit. One guy left. Or two guys are left. Never mind. You got a rocket? Nice. 1-on-1.
That was the end.
Nice job, dude.
Get shit on, kids!
I killed the guy that did the Nova, so I did my job.
Get some.
The numbers favor you.
Should we push around, try to... Shit, never mind.
So just at this round start, it's going to be the push to heavy ammo, and we're going to see a whole lot of nades being thrown. This Titan is going to throw up another shield on it. Now notice how me and my teammate take out that shield ASAP before the heavy is done being spawned in. So looks like we both picked up that kill. We just pushed on heavy. We got that Titan shield off of it. Me and my teammate got those kills, and now we have the heavy. We are in control. And unfortunately, he missed that shot, which is not something you want to do when you have the heavy and you're a man down. But nonetheless, they don't have the heavy. So you can see how imperative it is to take out those Titan shields and use your nades, because those nades, for both sides, nades in general, are going to be used to block off pathways, make other players hesitate. Like, I'm using a swarm grenade here. You think those guys are just going to voluntarily run into that swarm grenade? Even a swarm grenade, you think it doesn't do that much damage, but they're not going to willingly take all those little, what are they, little bombs or something? They're not going to willingly take that damage, especially in a trials match. So use that to your advantage.
I'm trying to run away. I know.
30 seconds.
The absolute,
The enemy
man.
is fading. 3 lives left.
We got 25 seconds. We got total life advantage. Don't die.
So you heard my teammate just call out that we have life advantage, don't die. As you can see, we have 3 lives and they have 0. If we just survive 12, 11, 10 more seconds, we can win that match purely off of life advantage, as you're about to see right now. I'm sorry, right now. Life advantage. We won that match. And that's purely all it takes in this game mode.
This battle is yours to win or lose.
Sucks we lost our 4th guy, man. We would have annihilated you guys already. Tethered them. Look at them all. They're tethered. All of them.
I got slammed.
3 lives left.
Now what you guys just saw probably pained you to see, and believe me, it pained me to watch my friend let that tether go. Now you saw he noticed on his radar he was going to check his flank before he got in there, but unfortunately that was just kind of a bad idea. So that is one thing about supers and using them very wisely, is that my teammate definitely did do a great call out, but unfortunately none of us were there. None of us were there to pick up those kills and capitalize on the tether, so that was unfortunate. Now, my buddy just popped his super. We picked up 1 kill, and that was it. He thought it was a good moment to use it. Turns out it wasn't, and we only got 1 kill out of the deal. Now, he saw 2 people there. He probably could have got 2 kills, but I think one of them got picked up by somebody else, and we were only left with 1. So again, it's always using your super at the right time. And at the right time, that is also one thing you have to be concerned about is, are there a lot of people near you, or can you just see a lot of people at a distance? Because if you can see a lot of people at a distance, again, that is probably not the right time to pop your super, because they can just run away from you, especially at a distance. So you really want to be able to close that gap, especially if you got something like a golden gun, or especially if you're like a Titan and you're running a striker or sentinel or a blade, or a blade. It's not blade dancer in this game. I call it the pole dancer because he's got a pole. So if you're using the pole dancer subclass for this, that's just something that you just want to be sure that you can close that distance.
Numbers speak.
I'm coming, I'm coming.
The 9 favor your enemy. Win this and seal their fate.
If we win this round,
Dude, yeah, I'm gonna need some chiropractic, appointment after this. Who's paying? They're all in this tunnel. Fuck. Pulse grenade. Watch out, watch your pulse.
So what you just saw there was my friend flank around. I say my friend, but it's my character. So what you saw just there was my friend flank around, pick up that kill in that tight quarters. So again, when all 3 of you want to keep these guys in tight quarters so they can't group up on you. So then he got a pulse thrown at him. He had to jump away. Then he was getting flanked from heavy ammo, and so he had to jump in the middle there. And then unfortunately, he just got killed in the same area where he picked up that kill. But nonetheless, when you flanked around and kept them in tight quarters, it worked. Especially when you had your teammates just in the relative vicinity, but at a different angle. That enemy was distracted. So that's what really works.
there's one guy.
And there's one flanking with fusion, most likely.
He was on cap. He backed
Rotate,
up.
rotate towards cap with me. Rotate.
Mine are eager for a result.
They still have supers, I
I
think.
needed some team shot on that heavy, dude. They're all weak.
Yeah, I'm
There's
here.
a dude with the fusion rifle right in the tunnel. Rotate again. Keep rotating through over cap.
10 seconds.
Tether. He's dead. But I'm
Oh shit,
tethered
he
also.
tethered me through the wall.
3 lives left.
Fusion rifle's half health.
Judgment.
Good shit.
Yeah, boy.
Good game, guys. GG.
Yeah, fuck it.
It doesn't matter.
You have their
Who won?
attention.
That's a good call out. We still got our other guy here. Mr. Steele.
Yeah, I'm here. Good shit.
Bro.
We just won a 3v4. It was a clan too. It was a clan.
You guys made him rage quit.
So guys, just going back over what we reviewed, I'm just going to go over what was in the video and add some things that I didn't necessarily get to show examples of, but are still useful. So starting off was getting angles on that heavy ammo, and that any damage that a player takes while trying to pick up heavy resets the progress of their obtaining of the heavy ammo. That was some awkward wording, but I think you guys got the gist of it. If they have heavy, it was likely to be a rocket launcher, and you guys need to spread out and try to team shot that at different angles, but just spread out if they have a launcher. If it's not, it's probably a fusion rifle and or a shotgun, so team shot it. Team shot it. There's no reason that player should be getting more than 1 kill with what they have if you guys are team shotting. The next tip was to play conservatively and retreat after taking pretty much any damage. But there are some things. There's retreat after taking any damage if, 1, you're alone, 2, you don't know where you're getting hit from, or 3, your teammates are not engaged in the firefight with you. If your teammates are engaged, there's a good chance that they're hitting the same enemy. So maybe you don't have to play as conservative in that specific situation, but again, play ultra conservative and try to retreat when you take any damage whatsoever. The next one is call-outs. callouts, like when there was the 2 players focused on me, and that was literally half their team focused on just me at a long distance. I could run away and try to, and just keep distracting them. You know, the next thing is use your grenades. Nobody's gonna willingly walk into a grenade, whether it's a vortex or a trip mine or a split grenade, whatever the grenade is. Nobody's walking into it. Drop those Titan shields. When a Titan throws up his shield, as we saw here, off on heavy, drop those Titan shields ASAP, because the first time he did it, they got the heavy. I think there's they did it 3 times, and we only dropped that shield 1 time that allowed us to get the heavy, but nonetheless, drop those Titan shields, because 1, that's serving as a barrier that they can push up with, and that's also allowing them to get the heavy ammo. And you saw when we dropped that heavy shield, while the heavy was still on the timer, we ended up dropping the shield, dropping that player, and then getting the heavy for ourselves, which in turn gave us like 2 more kills. So that is extremely useful. The next thing was to stay together in tight-ish quarters, but beware of supers like Titan Strikers. So stay together in tightish quarters. Try to get multiple angles in those tight corners. When you saw that their player was focused shooting down the stairs and my character, came up and flanked him, that worked really well because it was different angles in those tight quarters. The next thing was to use your life advantages. We won like 2 or 3 matches based off of those life advantages. I don't think there's one match that we actually could go toe-to-toe with them in beating out every single one of their players. So that's going to be the concluding for the video, guys. I hope we learned something. I hope you guys can use this information and apply it in your Trials of the 9 matches, because I know that there's going to be a ton of 3 versus 4 situations out there, and this is bound to help at least a couple of you guys, because I know for sure these tips helped me. So that is how you have a better advantage at winning a 3 versus 4 Trials of the 9 match. I am Mr. C Gaming, and I will see you guys next class.